I got 12 out of 12 on CELPIP. Not 9, not 10, 12. Was it luck? No. Was it hard? Yeah, a little bit. Is it possible for you too? Absolutely. Let's walk you through the exact step-by-step that I did how to get that awesome score. Hey, Teacher Mike here, and if you don't know me, I'm the founder and teacher at ExpressPrep.ca, where we help immigrants become residents in Canada by unlocking an awesome CELPIP score, and of course, by improving your English. In this video, I'll show you exactly what I did to get the perfect score on CELPIP as an immigrant from Brazil who speaks Portuguese. Eu falo português. These aren't hacks or templates, they don't work. These are strategies that actually work. And if you apply them, you're going to maximize your chances at a 10, 11, or 12. And nowadays with immigration the way it is, you really should get that high score. Let's get started. Number one, do not study what is not necessary. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make as a CELPIP student is wasting time. You don't need to master every English grammar topic. You don't need to master a bunch of vocabulary. You only need to master the skills that CELPIP is testing. So let's think about an example. For example, in speaking task 5, where you have to compare two options and give a recommendation, right? So this is speaking task 5. Instead of trying to study, 300 different vocabulary words or complex phrasal verbs, what you actually need in speaking task 5 is just a clear way to compare, the right grammar, which is comparison structure, and just enough vocabulary to compare pros and cons of what you're saying. And that's it. Every part of the CELPIP exam has a clear objective. So understanding the clear objective of each part is what helps you. If you identify the specific skills for each task and you master just those, you save time and you improve a lot faster. For speaking, you need to study and master about 8 to 10 skills. For writing, a few more, and reading and listening is the same. And once you learn those, you're good to go. Number 2, I had a study plan and a weekly outline. So you cannot study randomly. I didn't study randomly. Of course, I wanted to get a 12 because as an English coach, I wanted the maximum score. So every day I had a clear purpose. I followed the plan where, number 1, I always worked on my weaknesses first. And funny enough, my weaknesses have always been writing. Then once those were stable, I reviewed and polished my strengths. For example, if my speaking score was high, but I needed to sharpen my writing, I would take 3 to 4 days of the week reviewing the writing frameworks, doing more writing, doing time responses, doing mock tests, and having them reviewed. Of course, I could review my own writings, which is an awesome thing. A schedule will help you stay consistent, save you mental energy. It's going to prevent burnout. And honestly, most people fail because they do too much too late. And a plan fixes that. Having a plan will avoid procrastination, will make sure that you work on things on time so that you get the chance to do a lot more without the headaches. Number 3, and that's something I already said before, but to emphasize, I was able to identify mistakes on writing and speaking. So to be fair, I'm a proficiency coach. I was teaching English and IELTS already. So I already knew what mistakes to look for in writing and speaking. And then when I switched to CELPIP as my main program, I wanted to become really good at it. So here's what matters. You have to know what's costing you the points, right? What's costing you the score? So for example, are your sentences too long or too short, and they don't make much sense? Are you using vague words like nice and things, or very, very good, very nice, very bad? Are you missing connectors? Do your examples make sense? Most students don't even know how to answer these questions. They don't even know that that's important. So if you can't see the problem, you are never going to fix the problem because you don't even know. Sometimes you look at your writing, you think you get a 10, but you're getting a 6. So if you want a high score, you really, 100%, you need someone to help you check your answers. This is one of the most important things. To be honest with you, ChatGPT still doesn't do it correctly, so it doesn't work to use AI. You still need a person. Number 4, I knew the exact structure and pattern to use on writing and speaking. If you're watching a bunch of YouTube videos about CELPIP, you are going to find a bunch of templates. Fine, but here's the truth. Templates don't work anymore. And to be honest, they never worked anyways. Examiners can see those templates and they will lower your score if you sound too robotic or too memorized, okay? So instead, what you need is what we call a framework, and this is part of our method here at ExpressPrep. It is not about copying phrases, it's about organizing your ideas in a way that makes sense, that is easy to follow, and that shows that you understand what the task is asking. So for the framework in writing, you have the right introduction, body, closing, what you do in each part. That's what I used, and that's what we teach all of our students at ExpressPrep, and that's how we give our students feedback based on our own method of structure. Step number 5, I did a bunch of mock tests for a few weeks to make sure I got my 12. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't aiming for a CLB 9 just to submit my PR. I already had the English gosh, I knew I was gonna get a CLB 9 or a 10. I really wanted CLB 12 on all parts. Again, why is that? Why did I want CLB 12 on all parts? Because as an immigrant myself and as a coach helping others, I wanted to prove that it was possible. I wanted to show everybody that if you are an immigrant from another country, you can get the maximum score. So once I had all the fundamentals down and I understood everything and I had my own method, I did a bunch of mock tests. Timed, reviewed, look at the answers, repeated, check wrong answers, check right answers. It is a study process. Each test helped me get sharper, calmer, and more consistent, and most importantly, I was feeling more confident. The mock test phase is where everything that you've learned during your study comes together, because everything is going to connect. The strategies that you learned on writing that also can apply to speaking, because that's what we teach, you put them together. So the techniques that save time, the method that helps you get the answer clearly and without freezing, all of that happens during the mock test phase. So if you want to get a top score on CELPIP, you should follow what I did. You study only what matters, you have a plan, you fix your weak points first, you use frameworks, not templates, and you do a bunch of mock tests until you're ready. I promise you this will work. If it doesn't work, my name is not Julian Esteban y Maria. Okay, it's a method and consistency, and I promise you that this is going to work. Okay, so now I have an important message for you. If you're watching this video before November 27th, 2025, you have the chance to participate in this year's Black Friday 2025. There's a link down below to join our VIP Black Friday group. All you gotta do is join that group and you're gonna have access to 5 of my live immersions for the price of 1. All the information I'm gonna send in the group. So again, only if you're watching this video before Black Friday 2025, make sure that you hit the link in the description for our Black Friday VIP group, where you're gonna get 5 of my live immersions where we cover the complete test in 5 live immersions, but you're gonna pay only for 1 live immersion. And it's really, really cool. I think you're gonna love it. Click the button down below and join my VIP group.